Hey gamers, it's G from the corner coming at you from the car for this one. Yeah, this is just kind of a quickie I've been wanting to do for a few days. So I was like, you know what, let's just shove it out real quick. Let's just shove it out real quick. There's been a lot more Switch 2 talk, and things are kind of boiling up a little bit. Over the weekend, reports came out from some manufacturers that there are three major things of note that I have heard. One, Switch 2 Joy-Cons are magnetic. Two, system will output 4K to the TV, to the dock, through the dock. And three, accessory manufacturers have felt the system but haven't seen it. I don't know why. I don't know why Nintendo's being so secretive at this point. I feel like we all know what's going on here. I think it's high time they started communicating with the people they're working with, but whatever, they want to keep it under wraps as long as possible. And this was information I heard and kind of just thought not really much of anything of, but we're getting close to their annual investor meeting. It's like the general meeting of the shareholders, the general meeting of the shareholders. And that has got me really interested because they have to communicate their financial forecast, their earnings forecast for the coming year. And, our expectation right now is that the Switch 2 will launch in Q1 of next year, which is actually the last month of the current fiscal year. So if they are expecting to sell new hardware next year, then they're going to have to announce said new hardware, because their investors are going to be like, well, why do Switch sales fall off like a rock after the holidays? And it seems like they're not even something you're thinking about, but you think March is a lot of fighting. They're going to talk about their plan, but if their plan involves Switch 2, they have to acknowledge the Switch 2. So it's a really interesting time. Nothing's happening this week. Nothing. I mean, I'm assuming this goes up the week that I'm recording this, which is Golden Week in Japan, holiday week. They're not doing any news at all this week. That never happens with them. And next week, what's next week? Next week, oh no, this week is also Endless Ocean, but next week is the meeting. So that's when the expectation is they'll announce it. I mean, it's not like guaranteed that they're going to announce it. I'm not like, oh, this is it. It's happening. Switch 2 is getting revealed the next week for sure. We'll know about it. But I think there's a good chance that we hear something regarding it. Like, I think if Nintendo, again, because of the investor meeting, they have to communicate what they are doing to their shareholders. So my expectation would be that Nintendo will just say, yes, we are launching new hardware in the new year. I don't think it's going to be a formal reveal. I don't think it's time for a trailer or anything. Maybe it is. The idea is that they were planning on revealing this thing back in March until like recently, because they had to delay it until out to next year. And this was a decision made at the start of the year. So maybe they do have a trailer ready. Maybe they want to go all out and announce it, but I don't think it's a good idea, because again, it's May. We don't know what they actually have planned for Switch in the second half of the year. And they have 2 games coming out this month. So I feel like, as much as I want Switch 2 now, ASAP, I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to be waiting a little bit. We're going to maybe, best case scenario, they will confirm new hardware next year. No need to speculate anymore. It's happening. But you're not going to hear about you're not going to get that trailer until probably the same time frame as last time with the NX. Maybe sooner. Maybe they could get away with September, because I really don't think they have much of note planned for the holidays. Like, if they are in panic mode, you're going to see some like easy Wii U ports, and that's it. They don't even have Pokemon this year. They don't even have Pokemon. That's next year. So like Wind Waker HD, Yoshi's Woolly World HD, whatever. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD because of the theme park. And then your best case scenario is like Prime 4 somehow comes out this year. That's your absolute best case scenario. But like, I don't know. I think now might be a good time to finally communicate it. I really hope so, because I am so sick of waiting. Everybody else is sick of talking about it. We didn't even get that, like, I feel like we missed out. Like, I was expecting a lot more Switch 2 chatter, but we didn't talk about it at all from like the entirety of March. So who knows? Maybe it'll get revealed and we'll finally hear about it. Again, we've been getting all these rumors regarding magnetic Joy-Cons. So let's talk about this real quick. Magnetic Joy-Cons. What does that mean exactly? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm losing train of thought doing this just completely off the cuff on camera. People are saying they'll disrupt the electronics. Obviously, Nintendo's not that stupid. They figured out a way to make it work. it's kind of weird. The idea is that, like, I guess there'd be a tight enough grip to where, like, it's not going to fall out. But I feel like if I, like, shake the system too much, like, a magnet will detach at some point, right? Like, I don't want to have to, like, yank the shit off the console just to take the Joy-Cons out. I don't know. I thought the rail system was fine, but maybe they didn't. Obviously they have something in mind. Again, the reason why I'm saying these are all, like, actually things worth talking about, because I was like, this is a joke earlier in the week, but the little bird man, Pioro, he had to open his mouth and say that apparently there have been private discussions regarding these things. So, I mean, look, guys, he knows what's up. We have no reason not to believe him. He's clearly got something going on. He clearly knows what they're doing. So, fuck it, legit. Next up, 4K docked. Called it. I didn't get to release the predictions video, but that is something that was so obvious. I don't know why everybody I talk to, literally like 90% of the people I talk to have been saying, no, it'll be like 1440p or 1080p. What? Like, people want the Switch 2 because they want an upgrade, and the idea is that Nintendo will have a more substantial upgrade because they didn't upgrade at the same time as everybody else. They're behind, so them jumping to even if it's behind still, there's still more of an upgrade. There was a jump from PS3 to PS4, and the Switch will have that same jump. I just think 4K will be there as well for a multitude of reasons. Again, easy marketing, 4K Switch, that's a no-brainer. 4K was... Nintendo loves to wait until something is lowest common denominator. And it's kind of funny because I actually know people who don't own 4K TVs yet. But, like, again, Sony jumped on this back in, like, 2016. Like, literally 8 years ago. Same with Microsoft. So, in my mind, I think Nintendo will probably just jumpsuit. Like, I think now it's like, yeah, okay, we've hit that point where it's a marketing bit because a lot of people have 4K TVs. I think it's going to happen. And, you know, another thing, people think that it's going to be too intensive. The games won't run at 60. First of all, games don't run at 60 4K on the other consoles, but second of all, Nintendo is smart, okay? Nintendo knows what they're doing. They're not going to go as crazy as the other guys will with fidelity, and also they don't need all of their games to run at 60. Not every Nintendo game on Switch runs at 60. Like, we're about to play a 1,000 Year Door remake that looks amazing but runs at 30. Like, you know, it's not always what they do every single time, but they'll make it work for some games. 3D Mario, Mario Kart, and Smash Bros. Those ones, guaranteed they are running at 4K 60, and everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, that's amazing. You know, something like Mario Kart 8 still holds up visually today. If that came out like a year ago, I'd be like, yeah, that could be a PS5 game, right? Like, Nintendo knows how to make their shit look good. New 3D Mario will look as good as God of War and be on hardware that is probably a little bit less powerful than the PS4. Like, I don't know what else to say. They'll make it work. All right, if they really don't make it work, then they got to sell this console on a gimmick, which, you know, kind of gets me more excited because I don't really want just like I want the Switch 2 because that's safe and that's smart, but I don't want the Switch 2. I don't want the Nintendo to go down the route of everybody else because I think they don't either. I feel like Furukawa, I think he's a smart man because he's made a lot of money right now. And I think his mindset is not going to be to copy everybody else and do the Switch 2 or the Super Switch. That's such a dumb name. They're never calling it that. I think there's something they have planned, and you know what? I'm going to say it here. Open dock. It's going to be a Switch that you put on a thing, and the screen is visible. I think I said that in the other video, but like that's what they're going to do. They're going to do that and maybe call it like the Duo Switch or something. I don't know. Just spitballing here. They could do that. You know, other gimmicks they could come up with as well, but that's the one that to me seems like the easiest to market, that doesn't intrude with your gaming experience and fits Nintendo's goal of wanting to take over your living room. And their competition is Netflix and cable, and it's not just Sony and Microsoft. They want the Switch front and center at your entertainment, how it's set up, and that is one way to do it. The final rumor that I said, what was it? It was the accessory thing. That just says to me that they're working on stuff. I think the idea is very silly and I say Nintendo, but we just kind of say anything that doesn't sound normal as Nintendo. So, you know, like, haha, funny. I have to put my hand in the Dune butthole popcorn bucket, and I feel the Switch 2 in there. I don't even know. I mean, like, what did you even do? Like, I don't understand why they would do that, because I think you would just, like, first of all, if they're making accessories, they should just get, like, images of the console to look at, because they have to base their accessories off of the console. I don't really get it. But second of all, like, what does feeling it even do for you? You need measurements. Like feel is not what you want to do for an accessory. I would imagine that'd be something like you're sending journalists and you send me in to go field the system and be like, guys, this is what the Switch 2 felt like. But whatever. That's their way of being secretive about it. Hey, that's how Nintendo does it. They were very quiet about the Switch. Think about it. The Wii U was a failing console, and they did not say a peep. They said they were making a new console early on because people were worried, and they did not say a peep about that console until 5 months before launch. We were in the middle of their shit holiday before they said anything, right? So just imagine this is a successful console that still sells. So could you imagine what they're going to do with that? I really hope there are still some more games for the later half of the year, but I'm setting my expectations to the bottom. This holiday season is going to be Anton Blast and Jackbox Sex Pack for me. That's all I'm really thinking of right now. So, I'll keep my expectations there. If we get a Mario Party, a Kirby spinoff, a new Donkey Kong with the theme park, I know, crazy thought, I'll be very happy, but who knows? Yeah, I think that's going to do it, though. I don't really have much else to add to what's been going on. Watch some big rumor or actual announcement just dropped while I made this. I'm going to try and get this one up ASAP. Maybe like Tuesday morning it'll go up. I don't know. Hopefully it's Tuesday morning when you're watching this. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Keep yourselves cornered. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.